Here's the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. 7 yards on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
A gain of 7 yards.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
380! Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
It's a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 41-yard
line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They run it with Carson, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, Strickland.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. White 25. 56. Let's get the ball.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Up to make the tackle, Phillip Gaines.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. Here's Ryan to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone.
3 down, 3 down. 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 3 down, 3 down.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Let's go.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
0-0-0. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking deep for Julio. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring...
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 13-yard line.
Switch. Go, 14.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Freeman again, a first down carry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, but not be deterred by anything else.
It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. The end result, 21 yards.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his second catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the Saints, they've now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Left side complete to Lockett. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
A gain of 18 on the play.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Wilson now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Flushed out right. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Spins away. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Gun.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Mike, please, the team. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
They run the counter. It's Carson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Alert. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now he steps away. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Move 15.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Quit talking about it.
On 1st down, Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Let's get it. Mike. 280. 59. Switch up. Switch up. There. Off. 59. Mike. Check. 59.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. He's going to let this one go deep. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 30 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
7-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I don't think you got it, son.
From the 27, Ryan forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Atlanta. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, it's our house. 51, sub.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up in an offset eye. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Freeman again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field, sees that the ball's moved to the middle, and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Good job right there.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down, Seahawks.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get them home.
Now Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Green 80.
59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They still can't get it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
190.
Check, 59. Check.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches...
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
His throw caught at about the 5. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays...
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tavecchio good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
To throw once more on second and 10. Wilson, now he's flushed out left. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Hey, just
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head back home.
in my line. You know me, my dogs, they by my side. Now we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20.